In our final De-Stress for Success module, we are going to cover how to set and achieve healthy habits and goals. We're going to start with the control theory perspective. This is just a way to orient yourself to how your mind views a goal. So, according to this theory, we have a reference value or a goal, and we are always thinking and behaving in relation to any goal that we've set. That goal could be just to simply get up at our alarm and to not press snooze. It could be to get an A in a course or to get a job promotion. It could be to lose 10 pounds. Whatever it is and whatever the scale of the goal, we're always behaving in a way to accomplish that thing, which means that we're always assessing our current situation. We're constantly assessing this to minimize the gap between where we currently are, our current status, and this goal that we've set, this reference value. And with that assessment, we're always making micro adjustments to our actions in order to achieve that goal. When you're setting goals, it's really important to take a few things into consideration to set yourself up for success. So when you're thinking of setting a goal, make sure that goal is intrinsic, meaning it's coming from you and for no other reason other than you want to achieve that goal. It's important to you, it's meaningful, which also bleeds into the second bullet of that goal should be authentic and match our values. If you've never really thought about your values and what you believe in or live by, I would really encourage you to take some time to do that. We might talk about how, as a society, we value integrity, honesty, connection, but think about what values you have as an individual that will help you get a clearer perception of what goals would be most powerful and meaningful to you. Goals should also be approach-oriented, not avoidance-oriented. Taking that example of losing 10 pounds, an approach-oriented way to achieve that goal is to say, I'm going to eat more fruits and vegetables. I'm going to drink more water. That's the more positive approach, and your mind takes to that better. You're focusing on the things you want to be doing. You want to be eating more vegetables, so it's important to frame your thinking in that way. An avoidance orientation, which is not as effective, would be something like, I'm going to eat less sugar. So here, you're focusing on the sugar. Even though you don't want to be eating it, your brain is still going over in its mind, sugar, sugar, sugar. So subconsciously, you're focusing on that. Approach-oriented goals are way more effective. Goals should also be harmonious. They should complement one another. A really good example of this is a keystone goal. You see in this picture here that the keystone is the largest and center stone in this archway. Without that keystone there, all the other stones would fall and the archway would crumble. That keystone is holding all of the pressure and is kind of the glue that is keeping that archway intact. You can think of something similar with your goals. Keeping in that goal of losing 10 pounds, a keystone goal might be simply movement or exercise. Because maybe if you're exercising, you're more likely to drink water. Maybe if you're exercising, you're more likely to eat those fruits and vegetables. So thinking critically about what goals you have, how they relate to you and your life and your values, and how you could also create a keystone goal to have a positive ripple effect into other actions in your life. Goals should also be flexible and appropriate, understanding that with time, you're going to change, your priorities are going to change, your values might change, so making sure that your goals are reflecting that and just being flexible and appropriate as you evolve as a human. And goals should also be a little bit challenging, keeping you on your toes. If it's too easy, then you might not put as much stock into it, and you might not feel as good after achieving that goal. You've probably seen the SMART model of goal setting before, but it's popular for a reason. It's quite an effective way to think about this. The S here stands for specific. So in order to achieve a goal, you have to actually know what you want to achieve. So making sure that you're being as specific and clear as possible in your goal is the foundation of making sure that you're able to achieve it, so you know what you're actually going to achieve. The M here stands for measurable, making sure that you're able to track daily progress and actually keep track of the rate of your progress towards that goal. That will help you build more momentum and self-esteem and efficacy to continue on the journey of achieving that goal. The A here stands for attainable, which is really, really important. You need to ask yourself the question, Is it realistic? Is it attainable for me to achieve this goal right now? Is this goal within my means? Am I stretching too much? If you're setting too high of goals and too high of expectations, then you're more than likely going to fall short because that goal is outside of your reach in the first place. So in that way, you're setting yourself up to fail from the get-go. So it's more effective to set smaller, more attainable goals and to achieve those to build up that efficacy to want to keep going because that feels good. The R here stands for relevant. Just going back to, does it align with your values? Does it speak true to you? Is it intrinsic? Are you doing it because you as a person want to? Making sure it's relevant to you as an individual so you're more likely to stick with it. And also asking yourself, will it help you achieve any sort of plans for the future? Will it help you become a better person? Making sure that it fits nicely within your life. And the T is time-based. It's really important to set a target date for your goal, because if not, then it's going to be something that's maybe always in the back of your mind that you're able to really easily push off. With a date and a time-bound goal, you are holding yourself accountable to achieving it, which is really important and a really good motivator. In our next video, we are going to talk about why creating goals is important.